Hi, my name is Alexa, and I discovered what my brother's girlfriend was really up to the whole time she was with him. You're probably wondering what that has to do with me. Well, let's just say that I was the reason she stabbed him in the back. The beginning of this story is a little awkward. It all started with my own insecurity. You see, I'm 17 and I've never been in a relationship with someone like ever. The guys who usually ask me out were losers, so I just turned them down one after the other. However, one day, something changed. Someone actually caught my attention big time, but I didn't know who it was. It all began when I started to receive these love letters. I thought a lot about who it could be. I was eager to know, especially because I was kind of falling for this person. You must think that this all sounds like the beginning of a beautiful love story. Well, I was naive enough to think so too, because the truth is that when I discovered the identity of the person I was falling for, I wanted to disappear off the face of the earth. So all this chaos started when someone began to slip blue love letters into my bag at school. I knew they were for me because at the end of each letter, my name was always surrounded with red heart-shaped symbols. I couldn't help but picture who it could be and who I wanted it to be. I secretly hoped it was Mark, a cute boy in my class and one of my brother's close friends. Anyway, I'm in the 11th grade with my twin brother Alex. We go to the same school, we're in the same class, so I'm pretty much stuck with him forever. And I'm kidding though. The truth is that I love him very much and I don't know what I would do without him. A few months ago, Alex started dating Mary, a girl he had a crush on for ages. He asked her out and she said yes. She was very beautiful and way out of my brother's league. I had no clue how she even agreed to date him. Anyway, Mary and I became close friends after she started seeing my brother. She came to our house a lot, and when they went out, she was always kind enough to invite me along. But, I hated to be the third wheel, so I usually said no. I didn't feel that lonely though because I was receiving the best love letters every single week. I remember the first letter well. It was blue and had Alexa boldly written on it. It read, "Reading this letter, you might be wondering what's wrong with me. Why I'm writing a letter to you. I wanted to tell you these words, but since I am unable to now, I am happy I can at least express it through my words. I love you." Anyone looking at me at that exact moment when I was reading the letter would probably have been wondering why I was grinning from ear to ear. I couldn't help it. I was deliriously happy. I read the letter more than 10 times until I could recite every word written on it without looking at it. From that day onwards, I started to get more blue letters, one each week. The way he wrote was pretty amazing. I felt like I was really falling for him and like I had butterflies in my stomach. I was writing letters back to him and leaving them each time in the place he asked me to. Most importantly, I wasn't shy about spilling my feelings. I had strong feelings for him and I expressed them in my letters. Of course, I asked him to reveal his identity, but he wrote that he was hesitant because he was close to my brother and he felt that I was going to reject him because of it. This only confirmed my suspicions. It had to be Mark, my brother's close friend. I used to notice him staring at me in class, but now the whole picture was becoming clear. I wrote back in the letter, "I don't care if you're close to my brother. Knowing who you are will mean the world to me." 2 days passed since I wrote that message, and I never got a response back. I thought that Mark had chickened out on me because he didn't want to involve my brother. I was sitting in the living room feeling pretty sad when my brother and Mary were about to go out. They noticed that I was upset, but I refused to tell them what was going on. Mary then insisted I should go with them, so I'd cheer up a bit. I'd already told them a million times before that I don't like being the third wheel. But then she said that I wouldn't be this time because Mark was joining too. What? Yes! Finally something was happening that might bring us together in real life. I was super excited as I waited for him, but Mark never showed up. So once again, it was just the three of us. I was so upset. I hated Mark in that moment, and I decided I wouldn't respond to his letters ever again. A few days later, I was placing some of my books in my locker and preparing to go home for the day when I noticed a blue letter I had missed. I hesitated about opening it, but I couldn't stop myself. It said that he wanted to meet me in the girls' bathroom. I didn't even think why he would choose such a place. I just quickly shut my locker and raced there. Upon entering, I was surprised to see Mary, and I quickly told her that my secret admirer was going to meet me here and that she needed to go. I was still trying to explain it to her when she told me that she knew all about it. I was surprised, and I didn't know how she could have. She then went on to tell me that she was the secret admirer, and that she had been the one writing the blue letters. Of course, I thought she was joking, and I laughed and I told her that she could stop fooling around because he would be here any moment now. The joke wasn't funny when she brought out more letters with blue envelopes, and I had no choice but to believe her when she showed me her handwriting. I understood, but my heart still found it hard to believe. I mean, she was my brother's girlfriend, for goodness sake. Mary then told me that she loved me and she was only dating my brother to get close to me. She told me that it was me she really loved and that she thought I could love her too, especially as I had never dated anyone before. Just as I was trying to tell her that I wasn't interested in her, the door suddenly burst open and my brother charged in. He had an angry expression on his face, but he didn't yell when he spoke. He said that he'd been looking for both of us when he'd heard our voices in the hallway. He asked Mary if she really meant what she'd said to me, and she said she did. I felt bad for being the reason that they broke up. After we got home, we talked about it, and my brother said even though he was heartbroken, I'd played no part in it all, and he couldn't blame me for everything. And he said he should have noticed that she wasn't that into him. I agreed with him and said that I should have picked up on the fact that Mary was into me. It still felt weird, though, that the person that I had feelings for was my brother's girlfriend. But I guess sometimes weird stuff like that can happen. That was my story. I hope you enjoyed it. Please tell me what you think in the comments and share with us any similar experience you had. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more.